So I was because we grew up in Inglewood. So my name was the Inglewood Lover.
Yeah.
And to this day, he calls me that. So I grew up with, y'all know who AMG is? Yes. Remember that song, that Bitch Better Have My Money, that Rihanna did at the Super Bowl?
Right.
The original version is his. I grew up with him.
Were you all there?
Cool.
Yeah, huh?
Were you at the Super Bowl?
I wish.
You guys should go to the SoFi Stadium.
Oh, Rihanna.
Hey, we're from Inglewood.
Huh?
Yeah.
You should go to the SoFi Stadium.
I've been
Tell them
there.
that you're from Inglewood and that you want to perform
What you going for?
What I'm gonna do with like 30,000 people? I mean, I could. I don't mind. I'm not scared.
Make it happen.
I'm just saying if they let me, I get up there.
I want to see that.
there. That's
I'll get
where
up there. I ain't
Sean
scared.
Hill is from too.
Yeah, I ain't scared. I'll talk to anybody.
Do you know Issa Rae?
Everyone has a unique gift, and Mike, the creator of the 1NELife podcast, believes most people don't know how to use their gifts or what they are. Mike wants you to see things from a different perspective and be true to yourself. The 1NELife podcast unites the world through art, fashion, music, and film. It inspires, motivates, and creates positive energy, love, and compassion to all communities, and creates an equal playing field for all. On the 1NELife podcast, they cover topics like building relationships, overcoming adversity, habits of healthy people, and much, much more. We only have one life to live. Be yourself and live your truth. Add the 1NELife podcast to your playlist. That's the number 1NELife. Available on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, and your favorite podcast platform.
Because it was just,
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the 1NELife podcast. I am Mike M.I.C. Reed, and we have my special co-host Cynthia in the building with us today on this plane. We had Diana Gotti from the AV Wellbeing Coalition as always.
hey.
So you know I'm messing with you today.
I know.
I'm vulnerable today. No, because she talked about me yesterday. She talked about how I was dressed yesterday at the event.
You are such a liar.
So, oh my
that
God,
is
you did not.
true.
You did not. So we was at the Palmdale had their grand opening of the film stage yesterday.
Yes.
And I was very honored to where I gave them certificate of recognition. So I presented them with a certificate. Wow. And you didn't even film the whole thing. Like, oh my God, like
I saw
you
her
had
on
one
Instagram.
job yesterday. She didn't even film those.
In my mind, I'm packing my kid. My goodness. I got the important part.
Okay, you did. You got the clip that I was going to take out anyway. I
See?
still want to hear like what I said because I get nervous. People don't realize when the lights come on. If I'm up there for a while, then I get the flow of things. But in the beginning, and plus, I didn't know I was actually presenting to the mayor and the whole city council.
Oh wow!
Like I thought I was. Cause I do a lot of ribbon cuttings, and normally it's just like a couple of people there, so it's easy. But I didn't actually know the mayor and the whole city council was going to be there.
To that level.
So I got nervous.
Yeah.
But it's all good. Anyways, we got the artist Ashley with us today. Back with us.
Yes.
And we got Michelle Lee from the Palmdale Special Events over at the Playhouse.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
I felt like I said that wrong. But it's okay.
I think it's all good. You got the most important piece out, which is the Palmdale Playhouse.
Thank you, ladies, for coming back. I know you guys was on the show a couple of weeks ago, and we only had a little bit of time. But today we got time. Today we gonna talk today. We gonna talk about Cynthia and her wardrobe because she really did talk about me yesterday.
You are so.
I had on.
right.
You said you watched the clip, right?
I saw.
I had a blazer, nice button down.
No, it did not go that way.
Okay.
How
Explain, Lucy.
his friend Glenn was there and he looked sharp. I was like, okay, Glenn, and all I said was teasing Mike, being playful. I was like, Dave, Mike, you got to step your game up like Glenn, right? But it wasn't in a bad
Was
way.
Glenn
I was
like,
I
was
wasn't that
Glenn-
sharp. I thought I was.
You look sharp. I loved it. You look good. But see, Glenn has like a little swag. Even when we interviewed him.
No, let me tell you something about Glenn. Glenn got that old money, so he can dress like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean about old money?
Is it like Steve Harvey or
Yes.
like how like what level of old are we talking about? Because there's levels.
How old?
No,
I'm not talking
not
about old.
like
not age. I mean
levels.
like when you say.
Oh no,
work.
Steve Harvey, like
Yeah.
old school
Yeah,
cigars,
like swag.
yeah.
Right. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
exactly.
Yeah, I do.
But like when he walked in, I was like, okay, he had some like blue pants on
Yeah,
and
blue
his sweater.
corduroys on.
Oh,
Yeah, he did.
okay.
And his little.
I mean, it matches. It was nice. He had the Bill Cosby sweater on that matched the blue corduroys.
Okay.
And, you know, I forgot what type of shirt. I think it was a collared shirt under
He
that.
looked sharp.
It did. It did. The whole
outfit.
outfit was like it was. But that's Glenn. Remember how we talked about the last time he was like,
Yeah.
I was me.
Yeah, I didn't mean
I was
it in
on
a
black
bad
on black.
way.
Like that was me.
Mike, I, you know what?
told you I was gonna
I'm
talk shit.
so sorry. I had no idea it affected you
It didn't
that
affect
bad.
me.
Ooh, don't use that word.
Are you able to share what the film studio was like?
Yeah.
What it
that'll
was
be-
like? It was
yeah, sounds
amazing.
fun.
It was amazing. I'm very happy and pleased. And I actually said this, you know, if someone would have recorded it, I could have played y'all for y'all right now. But I actually said this, that I was so happy that once again, and I talked about this last time with you guys was on the show on how I love Palmdale because they always doing some incredible things. And for them to, and I said this in my speech, I was like something like, once again, Palmdale's has taken the right step in the right directions to keep our artists and our creators right here in the Antelope Valley by opening that space. So I am happy to see that. So now we don't have to drive all the way down the hill. I mean, and that
He
was
did say
just,
that.
one space yesterday is just one of many. So they have a plan of putting out like a full studio, like big studios out here.
That's amazing. We need
It is.
that.
Exactly.
We need a lot of that out here.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
Well, not only that, but they are actually going to have a program specially for that studio that is going to allow students at Antelope Valley College to do projects there. So they're not only investing into the community, but they're, again, you know, I don't get tired of talking about our youth. So I cannot wait to see what comes from here directly, you know, in the Antelope Valley.
yeah, and you know what? And the one thing that I said, because I actually was talking about this to Diana yesterday, because I've been in, you know, production, and I know how production companies work. I mean, their bigger goal is to bring Hollywood out here, right?
Of course.
Which is great. It's great business. However, by me working in production, I know how production companies work. They have their own team. And what I don't want to see is, there you go, touching stuff again. What I don't want to see is a bunch of production companies out there coming out here and not using the talent that's out here.
Right.
Like, because I know whenever you travel, like when you go to Atlanta or like Canada, you know, any of these other places, you know, obviously production companies out here, they go out there and film and they do take their team with them. However, there is rules set to where they say you got to use 20-30% of our people though, for to make this deal work. So I'm hoping our percentage out here is higher though, because there's a lot of talented people out here that I would love to see that be able to work in there. And I just don't want to see Hollywood come over and take over it.
Right.
Like our people is not being utilized.
Right. Yeah, that does happen a lot in production. Like, it's almost like what they say is, you're good as your last job.
Exactly.
And, you know, what work you put into initially is going to be if the next person going to hire you or not.
Right.
So it's built off of the team that they already know. So that's a really strong statement. It's true.
No, and I get it because when you're working on any type of show, you know, any type of production, I should say, time is of the essence. Like I don't have time to train you. Like if I'm a producer and you know how I work and I know how you work, it's going to make things run, you know, smoothly. So I get that people use their team, but at the same time, like we gotta utilize the talent that's out here because there's a lot of talent out here, and that's why I'm happy that they're building it out here. You know, but I'm just hoping that, you know, the talent out here gets to use it.
Yeah, I think the purpose was to do that, to develop more jobs in the city of Palmdale. And I think that they're doing a great job about that. You know, even with the hotels they're developing. And a good point that they brought up is if they need supplies, where are they going to go? They're going to go to our stores, right? And where they're going to eat. They're going to eat at our restaurants. Right. So that's also going to allow, you know, people to stay here. This is a traveler's community. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to families having and enjoying that dinner time, that quality time, you know, being able to spend with their kids and have those experiences. But what really stuck to me was them saying at the end of the credits, filmed in Palmdale. Can you imagine that? Right. That was kind of dope. Even in I think their waiting room, they had a bunch of movie I guess clips or
they've done
shots.
they've done a lot of stuff out here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a lot, especially like going towards the poppy fields. They use those roads a lot, even going to Angeles Crest area too.
Right.
Just as location services. So.
Right.
Yeah, so that's kind of neat to to develop Palmdale or the Antelope Valley, I should say, and put it really on the map. There's a lot of bad stigma out here, and I hope that we can turn that around.
It will. I have a feeling it will. Like I'm excited to see it. I think it's going to be a minute before it all, like the bigger picture takes place, but it will, because when you look at LA is too expensive right now, and they've already tried to. We're not going to say try. They did. They. Right now, no one shoots in Hollywood. Like, that's just a tourist thing, right? All the big studios are really like in El Segundo or Myrtle Beach, Calabasas, Burbank. Burbank still has, studios, but the bigger ones are really out by the ocean. Like, they went south. There's no more further south they can go. So out here is cheaper. The land is cheaper. It's such a big space that they can build on. So I see it coming out here. And I'm talking to a few people that's talking to big studio people that's already trying to buy the land for the future.
Oh, I can't wait.
That's a great investment going back into the community itself. So financially, economically, it brings in so many new opportunities.
Yeah, I'm excited for the city of Palmdale, the moves that they're making.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I might have to move to Palmdale. Shh, I'm not Lancaster right now. Anyways, Ashley, how you been? You know what?
I've been great.
I'm excited that you're here because we got to talk about your show.
Oh, yeah.
I was very, very impressed with your artwork and your show that we went to. Everything was just incredible. So, tell us about it. How did you feel about it?
Oh, man. It was so many feelings. Excited, nervous, and just ready to tell the story from a point of view of, I want everyone to be curious and learn about the world around us, not just being the story that one person tell you, but you also want to question it yourself. And just going over my show, talking about expansion and going over how we talk about evolution through hair, it brought in several points of reminding us, like, there are stigmatisms out there about how you should look, how you should dress, how you should wear your hair, corporate America. And I'm really a big advocate in, like, I'm rebellious. Like, why should I have to wear my hair pressed just because you told me so? I mean, in the conservative world, like, if we're talking about political side of it, now wearing braids is not as a stigmatism, but you still get looks and frowned upon, or if you have dreadlocks and things like that. And it was about talking about confidence. Like, how do you walk through the world doing something where people still question why you do it and still have confidence while doing it? And it starts with the intention of, let's be uncomfortable just a little bit each day. Right. And reminding people that's okay, you're not alone. And that requires for you to be vulnerable. I wouldn't say, not that you have to trust. That doesn't make a difference, like, trust issue, but it's more like being vulnerable allows other people to connect with you. Because they're like, oh, well, you did that? I was like, yeah. Was it comfortable? Nope. And to see people, like, want to walk up to you, want to touch your hair, or see people who want to ask questions like, why do you wear it like that? Or how come you do your hair today? Or you got good hair or bad hair? I was like, what does that mean? And being able to respond within an educational way, or be able to deliver knowledge and not coming from a point of, no, that's don't touch me type thing. It makes a big difference, because guess what? Now you get to teach someone about what it is to wear my hair this way, why I don't jump in the pool when my hair is pressed, or even try to jump in the pool when my hair is curly, because there's different reaction. My hair is not going to go bone straight, hopping there or getting out, but it's just reminding us, like, we all are different. And what makes us different and makes us who we are, and how the world sees us and how society sees us, it shapes us. And that was just my way of telling the story, but telling it from a personal point of view of, through my family, through friends, and those intimate moments that they share with one another. And all of them had different forms of hair. And I thought it was a beautiful way to share back to the world.
Yeah. Your hair was beautiful that day, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, man, you walked in, like, amazing. I didn't even recognize you.
Oh, you know, when you have to be at work, you show up. You
know what I liked about your entrance is you did it by yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was kind of cool. Like, she walked in, like, diva style by herself. Like, bam, I'm here.
As she should.
No, all right. I was impressed by it. I was like, wow. Like you stopped the whole room. Like,
Yeah.
It's I'm always surprised about when people stop. I was like, oh, did I miss something? Who else? And I was like, oh, it's me. My bad.
Yeah, it's good energy. It really is. You know, and we briefly had that conversation last night, and what really stayed with my daughter is when you said, you know, like, if you're not okay, let's talk about it.
Right.
And when I was kind of, you know, suggesting about how she dresses and what fashion is right now, but you brought a lot of awareness as far as that's how they're expressing themselves right now, right? When we were growing up, our fashion was definitely different.
Right.
And the other day we were actually shopping, and Melody goes, well, remember Mom what Ashley said, this is what our fashion is like. This is our culture. This is who we are right now and how we're expressing it, because of course I have a problem with the baggy clothes.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
It's a big statement piece right now. It's I'm strongly into fashion, so like a lot of things I do, it influences my work, and I don't necessarily follow the trends. I just try to pick up one or two pieces that I agree with, and it's because it's like, how do we connect with the youth? What's the one thing they focus on? They're not worried about the finances right now. They're not worried about just like the bills, the daily bills that we take care of as adults. But when it comes to them, they're like, oh, fashion, or how we wearing our hair today, or what is the sport that they playing. So I look at how do I connect with them, and that is one way. And also that's their first, at least I think that's one of the artistic forms of expression. Like the kids love the Jordan ones. I'm like, how many pair do y'all need?
but you know what? So this morning I had to go to LA real quick, and that's why I was late today. But I was with a friend of mine, and we was talking about this generation, right? And he was saying how, like, he's so glad that he's not a kid in this generation, right?
Is that Gen Alpha or Gen Z or both?
I don't even know what.
The younger kids are Gen Alpha.
I don't know. What gen is this, E? What's this gen called? He's all into all this gen.
Elementary school would be like Generation Alpha.
I have no idea.
Alpha?
There's names now?
Is it Alpha?
There is names. But, I mean, my point to it is, like, we can say that now about our kids, right?
Yeah.
But our parents said the same thing about us.
Exactly.
That's so true.
So that's why, like, when people say, oh, I hate this generation, and it's like, okay, I don't understand it either, but I'm not going to hate or minimize it, because my parents did that with me when we brought in gangster rap, when we did all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's like they was probably like, oh my God, I hate this generation. Like, so we're doing the same thing. Like, it's innovating.
Did you ever have the baggy cross-color pants?
No, not me.
The crisscross?
Yeah.
I did that. You know,
did? So,
yeah, you used to cut out the top of your hat.
I used to wear baggy shirts and jackets, but not the pants. My pants was always regular. I didn't like the skinny jeans, and I didn't like the baggy jeans. I liked regular pants, but everything else, I kind of fell into the style.
Yeah.
It kind of went back and forth. Like, we had the definitely full tomboy phase. Baggy shirt. What was I forget the material. It's almost like the swoosh pants. Because they always made noise. Like, swish.
Oh, the corduroys.
Not the corduroys.
But the corduroys made noise too.
The windbreakers?
Windbreakers.
Oh, windbreakers.
Had the full windbreaker outfit, from the matching shoes to the hats, everything. It was like, was it 80s, into the 80s, 90s?
Yeah.
Like Aaliyah,
right.
Yeah.
That was,
that's what we're doing now again, actually.
Yeah, it really is.
Wait, what do you know about that, though?
I know a lot about it. I know a lot.
That's like that. But back in the like early 90s, that's when the TIs was in.
He's more 2000s.
No, yeah.
No, see, okay. That's how I know you don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying T.I. the artist.
Oh.
T.I. the sweatsuit. You don't remember the TIs?
I don't even know.
I mean, we could go LA
How
Gears.
You not?
But see, I was personally like a groover. I was more into that bell bottom. That was my thing, with the colors, the beads,
even the crochet, the flowers, the knitted tops, crochet knitted tops.
But it's such like a expression of yourself, right? Yeah. Like when you're choosing what you're gonna put on, don't you think that is like also a choice that you get to make for yourself?
It's true.
It's an artistic expression still.
Yeah, I always tell my kids, I remember going to school, we were dressed to impress. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We came in with the high top, wedges and the skirts, and I could not.
Do you have a picture?
Yeah, I have plenty of those.
I grew up with wearing Dickies and oversized white T-shirts.
But see, my parents were really old school. They're first generation immigrants where like the whole gangster image was just forbidden. My parents are crazy. They would my brother tried it once and he just cut those pants and pulled a machete. It's funny because I tell my kids, my mom used to threaten us, I'll beat your ass and go back to El Salvador. And once the cops were I'm going to come back. So I thought to myself, please don't go back, No. So they were crazy. We weren't allowed to really push it that hard.
We had a split. Like my mom, she's funny. She was like, "Oh no, you're wearing Laura Ashley's." Like, no, I'm not. I love you, but I'm not wearing the British outfits every day. I love you. Don't do it to me. And then I go back and forth between like having like a hip hop style, and then I'm like really girly bell bottom. So I always had like this versatility. I didn't really stay within one genre, but I loved to kind of go back and forth. I was like, "Oh, let me try this. Oh, let me try that." So it was fun. Even playing in men clothes is something I tell people today. I was like, I don't just look at the women's section. I don't look at it as women or men's section. I look at it as, is this the piece that's going to go for the outfit I'm looking to create? Is this a story? Because everything is a story.
Right.
When you wear your clothes, you're telling a story about you. When you pick that hat you wore, this is like, oh, this represents the city.
For real.
Each piece plays a part.
That's true.
And my hair used to be as long as yours.
Really?
I want to see a picture though.
It did. My hair used to be long as yours. I used to have braids, but this is when I was a kid.
Oh, that's so cool.
The bottom.
I love that.
Are you the smiley kid?
Yeah.
At the bottom? Oh my god.
That is a beautiful photo.
So adorable.
So
yes.
my hair was that long until I was what?
Can I see it real quick?
Oh, my hair was that long. My hair was that long until I was like maybe 30 years old.
I love
30, somewhere in my early 30s.
I love your smile.
Right? I love this.
It's like you still have such the happy, like you still have that spirit. Yeah. That's so sweet.
Thank you.
That is such a cute family.
Thank you. That's this was actually taken in New York. That's my New York family.
Oh, what part of New York?
Brooklyn and Brooklyn. Some of them in Brooklyn. Some of them are in starts with a H.
Harlem,
yeah. Harlem and Brooklyn, and then and some are in Jersey. Like the lady to my right there. That's my grandmother who raised me.
Okay.
She's from Jersey. Not Trenton.
Jersey. Sure.
Staten Island?
No, the other one is Jersey. Forget it. I forget it. But yeah, she's from Jersey.
That's cool.
Very nice.
Because my dad's side is from New York. My mom's side is from out here.
That's how my dad's side is too. He's from Harlem.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, we have that connection.
Oh, and you know what?
Yeah.
Something that I meant to actually tell you this the last time I saw you at the show. You're part Cuban.
I am.
I am too.
My dad. That's what I'm saying. My dad's.
Yeah.
See, I may have some other questions for you outside of this. I mean,
I heard you say that during your speech at the show, the main show.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, I didn't know that. So yeah, I'm black, white, and Cuban.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Very cool.
Oh, look, that's I may have some questions later on. We're going
Yeah.
family? Maybe family?
Maybe, hey, probably.
Long lost cousin.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Ashley, you should tell them about the exciting news. So people could still check out her artwork at the Playhouse through the month of February.
Right.
And then you have it in a few other places.
Oh, yeah.
Where you at?
I heard about that.
Because I saw you, because even like the show that you're doing, you said you had to go to another grand opening real quick. And
I did.
You have a lot going on. Tell us about it.
I do. Okay, so after that night, I wound up getting a message from one of the assembly members of the city of Palmdale. Okay. And they was like, hey, I would love to have your work at the state capitol. I was like, huh? Me? This one? I was like, hey, okay, I'll bring it to you right away. Well, let's make it happen. So it was amazing opportunity to even have that. It was Juan Carrillo.
Carrillo.
Okay.
Yeah.
He asked me to send the work up there. So it's up there as we speak, and still working out the details as well.
So where is it at?
At the state capitol.
Okay, I've never been.
Sacramento.
Oh shit! You know, when you said that, it registered in my mind, but I thought it was something around here. But wow, like Sacramento.
Yeah, that's actually amazing.
That's what I said.
That's amazing. That is.
All the people walking into the building that are making decisions about what happens in California.
Like, Mama, I made it.
Past her art.
Right. Because I had to do that phone call and say, hey, Mom, that's what happened.
That's amazing.
That's huge.
Right. So, I mean, between that happening and then I'm working with, I'm still working with a lot of nonprofits. I wound up doing a speaking event down in Culver City at an elementary career day. And just, kind of still giving back to the community and reminding them, like, hey, art is a career. Like, there's business opportunities and it's not just one direction. So let
me pause you real quick. Let's go back just a little bit because I got to ask these questions.
Sure.
How did they reach out to you? How did they even know about you?
Still under discovery at this point.
Regarding the Juan Carrillo?
Yeah, just for her.
Well, the day of the event, actually, his representative was there.
At her
Eric
art opening or at the
at
Mosaic performance?
No, I want to say for your for her exhibition.
The reception.
So that Thursday night.
Okay.
I want to say his name is also Juan.
Okay.
He was there yesterday as well. So that he kind of caught my eye. His wife is part of the Coffee for Veterans.
Oh, I did. I know exactly who it is. I spoke with him directly, actually.
Oh, so that's his actually representative. He was there yesterday at the event as well. Yeah.
I know exactly who that is.
Yeah. I kind of caught. He was taking a look, and then we also had a conversation with his wife. That day that we were over at the ribbon cutting for the...
It's another Juan Blanco.
Juan Blanco.
It was Juan Blanco. So we wound up going to the opening at the Palmdale Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah.
So the week, I think it was a few days beforehand.
Yeah.
And so, just, bring it back into the community. Let's talk, talking about the different events that's going on and just, following up. So...
But isn't that a beautiful thing how within our community we are taking care of each other, we are pulling each other in the right direction.
Right.
So I did notice him there at that event.
Right.
And this is why it's so important, and for people to go to these type of events. You never know who's going to see you and what type of connections they have, and you never know where your work is going to end up.
Yeah.
That goes to show, you just never know.
Right. It could be your first or it could be your 10th opportunity. And that's what I tell people, when you speak to one another, you need to have a humbling sense.
Yes.
And, being grounded. So, just, hey, how you doing? Let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
You never know who you're talking to.
And that's my point exactly. You never know who you're talking to.
Right.
And you never know who you're talking to that they might know.
Exactly.
Never know.
But Diana said something that's really important that I feel like I just need to say thank you to both of you for. Of course, Ashley has committed so much, but having you all show up for the artist exhibit and then also the Antelope Valley Hispanic Chamber and to present her with an award, that is so important and means so much, in your support by coming out. So I came here on the show, talked about the event, but then to actually have you show up and then these other people came. I appreciate it so much because that's how we get the word out to the community. But by you supporting us and supporting them, we just help each other rise so much. So
absolutely, and we appreciate that, and that's what we do here. I mean, I think that's one of the reasons why I want to do this podcast, is to showcase and put a spotlight on artists like Ashley, because it's important, because it's a lot. Again, like I said in Top Show, there's a lot of artists out here, a lot of artists that no one knows about. And we got to start putting a spotlight on them.
Yeah, right. And I think that's what we all looking forward to. Is like even for myself, I look at the same thing. How can we develop the next person? How can I share that? Hey, you should go talk to this person. We have a community set up to where let's make sure we grow together. Let's make sure we grow up and grow out and share with the next generation. So.
And together we thrive, and when people come together and feel connected, then it just makes for such a more beautiful community where people feel part and they feel how valued they are, and their presence is so valued. So
it's harmonious.
Just even you helping us share this so that people show up. We had people that showed up to the Playhouse that had never been there before. In fact,
So many people.
from when they showed up to give the award, he told me he's lived here 40 years and had never been to the Playhouse.
And you know what's funny about that night? Earlier in the day, I was talking to Mark, and he was like, "All right, see you later at the Playhouse, right?" And then I went through my day. Right, and because I'm up at 5:30 every morning. You know, sometimes most times I go to LA, right? So by the time I get back out here, it's like 1, 2 o'clock, and I'm tired already. And normally I take a nap around 2 o'clock or something, right? But I was so busy that day, and I was just talking to Mark, and it was literally around 2 o'clock that I got back, and I said, "Okay, man, I'm gonna take a nap. I'll see you later. I'll see you later at 6 o'clock at the Playhouse." You know, I went and took a nap, and I woke up, and
I texted him, where you at?
Wait a minute. I woke up because I was hungry, and I got my car, and I started driving to go get something to eat, right? And then it was like 6 o'clock, and she texted me. She was like, "Hey, I'm here. Where you at?" And it immediately hit me like, oh, shit. I completely forgot that fast. I wasn't even dressed for the occasion. I wasn't ready. But I quickly busted a U-turn. I was like, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Right.
If you didn't say that, I would have no idea.
Right. And that's why like, I really did it. And then Mark threw me on the spot because I didn't know. And he does it to me all the time. He said, "You got to say something." And I was like, I thought I was just going to go up there and stand. Like, and normally when someone put me on the spot like that, I get super nervous and I draw a blank like I did. And that's why I had to turn it over to her. I'm like, "Diana, don't you want to?"
You guys handle it so well, though.
No,
there
I
was
didn't.
no.
Like,
Were you surprised?
it was.
Huh?
Were you surprised?
Absolutely. No, I was just like, wow. The way I was just taking it, I was like, wow. For me, I just felt the love, the energy from everyone. And I really did feel not just support, but I felt like there was like a newfound family. It wasn't just the people of the community. And so like, that's the way when I talk to people, I said, that's the way I receive you. And so like, I was like, that's why I was, you know, I give hugs to everybody. I was like, no, I want to talk to you. I want to get to know you. It's not just, hi, I'm here, come see me. No, I want to get to know each person, because how do we know each other if we don't ask questions?
Right.
But
But I did a horrible job.
You did
I
fine.
keep it real. I keep it 100. I did a horrible job, but that's why I'm glad you're here now, because now I can make up for it. You know, I can say a bunch of great things now.
Oh, yeah. And actually, the beautiful thing about that is that we're going to be seeing more of your art, right?
Yes,
So what is
yes.
it that you were doing today?
Oh, today, actually, I was painting a mural for Top Shelf Financial. And they're a really beautiful company where they do incorporate not only your finances, you know, generation wealth, and how to keep that development and learning from a literacy point of view, and just like, hey, how do we grow? Not just only invest, but let me show you how this portfolio works. And so they also incorporate fashion as well. So they have their own fashion brand that ties into their financial services. And so what I was able to do is help create that vision for them of telling their story onto a mural inside their office.
That's beautiful.
How big is it?
It is.
Is the whole wall or?
It's the whole wall. It's a
Okay.
whole wall. And
I gotta go check it out.
Yeah, it's a whole wall, and so it allows me to do like the hip hop feel. It's how can you say it? It's a bookshelf, but it's like a guy, he's climbing to the top to reach to the top shelf, and they reaches to their logo. And it's like these different books in there. I try to incorporate a different book. So I'm like, what's your favorite books? Tell me more about it. And so he brought in like 48 Laws of Power, the quote from Relentless. So these authors that we listen to help grow your mind and learn about these different opportunities, I want to make sure I put those parts inside of what represents the person and their business. And, you know, because you want to connect with what you see in front of you. So I'm always like, how can I make this personable? And that's the way I did it. So between sports and then their favorite books was like a really big point. And also doing calligraphy. So got a chance to play in a few different ways.
Damn, that's dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have pictures. We got videos
When
and pictures.
is the mural done?
Just about.
Okay.
I think Monday I should be finished with it, actually.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, when you were
And-
telling me last night, I was like, man, that's so dope.
Yeah, it's always there's so much that you learn from when you actually create a mural each time you do it. It's like, oh, I remember I could do this brush stroke, and the next minute, like, oh, this technique doesn't work. Let's try it this way. So there's a lot of learning that you do with it, but there's a meditative form that comes behind it, because it's like, it's just relaxing. You're like almost like within a piece, a state of flow when you're creating at the same time. At least for myself, it becomes a state of flow.
So it's a jolt of joy too.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, like it really just kind of puts you in the right mood, and it allows you to just navigate through certain emotions and express what you're, you know, even if you're going through something, you're able to just kind of disconnect from everything, right?
Right.
So beautiful.
So it gives you a chance, like, to when I try to explain a person when they're painting, I said, remember, don't try to look for the perfection of every single aspect, because a mural is different from when you're painting just a portrait, where it doesn't, art comes in different forms. And if it's far away, especially at the high ceiling, you're not going to be able to see mistakes at those top areas, because now you have the distance of perspective that comes into alignment. But when you're looking at the bottom, you're going to see every imperfection. So there's like, you're playing with illusions when you're painting, and then you also paint with, okay, so how do you want them to perceive the work that you want? Do you want it to be flat? Do you want it to be dimensional? There's so much that you learn by even just making one, and then you get to learn from the next one.
So I want to take you back to your childhood.
Okay.
Where did all this inspiration and knowledge come from?
Children books, illustrations. My aunt is an avid reader, love history, and in between is several people. So I would say this the ladies of the house. Mm-hmm. And so it comes from my aunt, who loves to read, then my grandmother, who loves to talk to different people, any and everyone. Every time we stop in the grocery store, there's a conversation happening. And then, you know, she always brought people in, like, hey, do you need help? How can I help you? So that's where, you know, hi, that's me. How can I help you? And then my mother, strong in fashion. She loved making clothes. I could say every outfit I need to go to an event, she has made for me. It has always been made, even to this day. And I'm like, hey, so you want to just one more? I'll design it. I'll get the fabric. You know, so we kind of collaborate in that. So between those three ladies, it really helped me see how to draw. So like the children's book, I'll start from that one. When my aunt brought me children's books, I wasn't only just reading the book, I was drawing inside the book. And then at some point, I went to a restroom, like, oh, let me just draw on the wall right here. Let me just make that picture a little bit bigger. They was like, you draw on the wall again. I was like, I'm so not sorry. You think I'm going to apologize. I'm like, I'm so not sorry. Or, being in the front yard, just playing with chalk, just really simple things. But it didn't ever stop, because I realized, I started thinking over the years, what did I ask for my birthday? I used to ask for markers. Okay. Just markers, paper markers.
So at what point did you realize that was your gift?
I always knew. I always knew it was my gift. I think I always been nervous to approach it right away. Okay. What do people think? That goes back into the confidence of, I don't know if it's going to be good enough. And just not striving for perfection, but striving for completion. And I really could say me just taking those steps of just wearing my hair out was one part, just being comfortable in my own skin. And, let's try this different outfit that people may question you about. Like, let's just keep trying different things that make you uncomfortable. That's what helped drive me every time. I kept trying something different and just pushing towards it. And it eventually caught up with me. I didn't do art right away, but I always did it. Right. I didn't do it as a full-time job. I could say within these last 5 years, I've been doing it consistently. And then this last 2 years, I pushed it 100%.
Right. So when you was a child reading all those books, and up until like 5 years ago, all the adversity you had to go through, which I'm pretty sure was a lot. What was your biggest adversity that you had to get over?
Just not striving for perfection, truly. Understanding that 80% is still 100% in the mind of a person who thinks that everything has to be over 120%.
Wait, say that beginning part?
So 80% is great, because it allows me to make it complete, versus like, oh, it has to be 120%, because it's like, I missed that spot, I missed this spot, not getting stuck on those small details where you don't ever get a chance to complete, not sitting on those details too long, but reminding myself, you know what, my 80% is always going to be my 100%.
Right.
And just me telling, it was a mindset. It was definitely a mindset.
You know what's so powerful about that is like, I relate to that.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of never want to be at 100% because I always want that space of growth.
Right.
Like,
right.
I always look at things, and I know it could be better. Even like that image that I did back then on that screen. I know it could be better.
Right.
So it's never 100% for me as an artist.
Right.
So I get that. That's powerful.
Yeah, and it took me to realize that because I was always like, that's why I couldn't complete my pieces. I was like, oh man, it was like I started small and it was like go bigger, and I was like, I knew how to go big. That wasn't the problem. It was just to feel like it had to be a certain way. And so what I did is I tricked myself. Technically, I just really just tricked my mindset. It was like, no, 80 is done. 80 is done, and it doesn't mean that I didn't put in the same effort. And I definitely put in more of that effort, but it was just like, okay, I'm going to get it done. Like, I need to be complete. It doesn't mean I sacrifice any of my foundational skills. It doesn't mean I sacrifice any of the quality for the clients that when I'm working for the work. It just means it allows me to finish it at the capacity it needs to be done at, and to continue going and to continue growing with each piece I do develop.
Damn, that's dope.
That is dope.
Yeah, I like that. Because a lot of people will get stuck in that, you know, I can do better. I'm not doing at my best, and then never do it.
Exactly.
And it holds them back from taking action.
Exactly.
Which is the most important piece is just
the action
like
itself.
Nike says, just do it, right?
Just do
it really is.
Right.
You know, it goes even like well, a couple of months ago, I forgot I was watching something, and some guy was doing an inspirational video, and he said he never likes you to use the word goals because if you set a goal, that means you reached it. Now what?
Right.
It's like how they say life is a journey, it's not a destination.
Right.
So goals are the same way. Like, why would you want to reach your goal when there's more to go? There's more to growth to go.
Right.
So it's like, he said, and this is just for him, he said he don't never like to put the title goal on something because he's never finished.
That's a fair statement to say, because I really think of those things too. Like, that's why when I speak, I say intention, or I say purpose, because I realize I'm setting like a foundational surface for myself. Right. Or even when I think of like the word of the year, like using New Year resolutions, oh my gosh, it's terrifying. I don't do there's no whole big vision board, there's none of that. There's a word. There's usually a word, maybe I may come up with 2 to 3 more later in the year. Like, I think last year I was using I need balance. Right. And then I realized, like, okay, balance is good, but it's not allowing me to stay disciplined. So then I added discipline. And then I turned into, I was like, okay, discipline is good. I was like, but I need to stay driven, not to say, like, I have passion. Because I realized passion, you have in 1 minute, and then you burn out from it. Or, you know, you get inspired, and then you're like, I'm done right now. Right. But to stay driven, you still will do it even when you don't want to do it. And that's the way I kind of keep using that to keep pushing myself forward. When I get discouraged, I don't want to do it. I was like, I don't want to do it. I was like, but you're driven. I was like, all right, you're right, keep going. So it's like my pep talk to myself. Like, hey, come on, let's go together. Let's make it happen.
And you just talked about that a few weeks ago about word, because you asked me what my word for the year was.
For the New Year's, right?
You just talked about that.
And to be able to keep going, like you were saying, for me, it was gratitude. Yeah. You know, like to be able to give myself that. You know, because I'm really hard on myself. Right. You know, I really don't give myself enough credit. So I really needed to navigate through that. And ever since then, I'm really able to just show up. Right. Where for a long time I just wouldn't. I just kind of pushed the world away and didn't look back. And that was really hurting me. So having to set myself up for like goal, you know, with my weight or, you know, I should be doing this. I was just setting myself up to, you know, for failure. Right. But that's why well-being is so important, because I think it's feeling good, struggling well, and functioning effectively.
Right. Are you showing yourself gratitude today?
No, today
but you should.
Not a good day for me.
But you should.
Yeah, I know.
You know why? You have 2 beautiful kids. One of them, Ethan, is in the studio with us right now. He's shy in the corner over there.
Yes,
what's up, Ethan?
Hey, you gotta come say hi.
You have.
Yeah, come on.
Come on, Ethan.
You got this.
Yeah.
But you have and your daughter, and she's going away for a couple of days.
Oh yeah, what, 4
But
days?
you should have gratitude that you've raised these beautiful kids to be able to do those things.
Yeah.
Give yourself. This is a joy of joy for you today.
I know it was really hard. Just not ever having them out of my sight. I do take pride in that. I think, the greatest thing that I've ever been able to accomplish is motherhood. And it was funny because she's going away for 4 days. She'll be back Monday. But I was, I think, fine up until like I went up to her and, we have a thing, we squeeze 3 times and that says, I love you. Like if we were in a room and I don't want to say it or I feel embarrassed or I'm nervous, that's something my husband and I do. So I taught my daughter that and I did that. And someone was like, oh, the last touch. And yes, the tissue came out. And I had to walk away because I was just like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like my kids are really growing up right in front of me.
But
You suck.
I know I do.
I didn't want to talk about her.
No, but you know what? But you know why I'm doing it? It's because, you know why? Because you and Brian has done an incredible job with them. And this should be something you're grateful for today. Like you should be showing gratitude. Because a lot of parents and a lot of kids don't get these opportunities. Right?
Yeah.
And look, you gave her this opportunity.
Yeah, that was it. Honestly, it's really dope. And I kept
It is
reminding
dope.
her, like, have fun, do things that I know for sure my mom would have never let me do anything like this. And it really was an experience. And, I tease my kids and I always tell them, you're going to live with me forever. But I think that's, of course, every
Ethan
parent's
said, nope, not going to happen.
hope. No, but I tell them, sky's the limit, travel the world.
There you go.
He was supposed to go with us, travel and pick her up, but he was like, no, I think I'm just gonna lay low. So it's just gonna be Daddy and I.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful
Yeah,
thing.
you better enjoy that.
Those experiences. And see, that's a great opportunity. It goes back to what you're saying. It's as simple as a word, and it reminds you. It puts you back in that frame of mind. That's beautiful.
Yeah, sometimes I have to just like stop and really smell the roses, because I always have so much going on. Like even this weekend's a little challenging. I have balloons that I have to do later on today, and then I have a baby shower, and then figure things out with my son. There's gonna be time spending with him since my daughter hasn't really been away.
He already know what he about to be doing.
Something you all could do tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna spend some time. Michelle, can you tell me what it is that I actually could do?
So if anybody is looking for something really great to do, I know you all have been doing a giveaway for it, but Stone Soul, which is a tribute band, is going to be at the Palmdale Playhouse tomorrow, 8 p.m., Saturday, February 18th. And they are a tribute band. They do, if people like Smokey Robinson, Stevie Wonder, they'll have you dancing, doing everything from the jerk to the twist and the mashed potato. I asked my niece, who's 7, I said, can you mash potato? And she goes, smash that potato.
Oh my goodness. I love that.
That's funny.
But yeah, it should be a really great time. It's great that we're able to bring some of these groups out and make the prices like affordable. So hopefully people can go out and have a good time, and then they have a little area where people will get up and dance, so it'll be a really good time.
Yeah.
And also, we have plenty of things going on at the Playhouse, but on March 11th, you may get a surprise from Ashley showing up.
Oh, yeah.
We're trying to make it happen, but the Music Center of Los Angeles is sending this time 2 groups that are coming out, plus West Coast Classical, which is a local nonprofit, does phenomenal work in the Antelope Valley. If someone wants to go and take a class to learn how to play the violin or any of these instruments, if they don't, they have scholarships that they have available for them through the city, but also through this nonprofit, and they will make sure that the student has an instrument to be able to learn. So we have the local West Coast Classical, they're going to perform there as well. And Sean Hill's coming back, and that's March 11th, and it's free.
At
So
6 p.m.
Yes. So we definitely want as many people as possible to be able to take advantage of it.
Okay.
This is part of the Arts Grow in Los Angeles through the Music Center to expand the rich arts and cultures within Los Angeles County to all parts of Los Angeles County, which includes Palmdale. So we're so grateful that we've been able to partner with them on this.
And that show was actually really, really amazing. I really enjoyed myself. And Sean Hill, he's onto something. That was really dope. And of course, I love hip hop. So I like how he was able to incorporate that into his poetry and just be so positive. You know, and how he's able to stimulate your mind. That was really dope. So, and not only that, but the kids were so engaged.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. It really brought me back to when I grew up. I went to school in Wilbur Elementary. And that's in Tarzana. So we were bussed out from, I grew up in East LA. And we were, just bussed out into the good areas, right? The good schools. And I remember having a lot of performing arts like come out to auditoriums, and we used to do a lot of that. And you don't see performing arts in schools anymore, so it was kind of neat to hear the kids. So it kind of brought me back to that, to my childhood when I used to look forward to performers. So I definitely encourage families to come out to the Palmdale Playhouse and enjoy that.
Thank you for saying that. And again, thank you so much for coming out. And it was just heartwarming to see that we had people that hadn't been there before, but we also had people of all ages. And it seemed like the people that were there, whether they were a child or someone that's in their 80s, they had a great time and really enjoyed it. So
I got a question for you.
Yeah. Me or her?
Michelle Lee.
Yeah. Michelle Lee.
How come the Palmdale Playhouse don't have a Instagram?
We are working on getting it. Our communications department, it's a separate department, so we're working with them to try to get one.
So are you guys, I know you guys are on Facebook.
Yeah, we have Facebook.
You guys on, is that, no, and I'm asking because for a reason, is that your audience, your biggest audience on Facebook?
Probably not. I think the only benefit I shouldn't say only. There's lots of benefits for, I think social media has different ways that you can connect with people. Right. But one of the benefits of Facebook is the event feature. Because even if you don't have a Facebook, I could still text somebody a link and they would be able to view it similar to how you could view a website if you can see the event. So it helps to pull more information about events.
Okay.
I think that the communications department right now, they're kind of with the whole city sort of doing rebranding, trying to get in touch with as many members of the community and figure out how do we best reach the community in general. The City of Palmdale Communications Department is currently working on that. We requested an Instagram, so we're hoping that we get one, but if not, the City of Palmdale has one, and they're trying to determine whether it makes sense to continue to have these separate pages for all the entities inside of the city government, or just have it all be under City of Palmdale.
That makes sense, though.
Well, no, I mean, I get it, but the Playhouse should have its own brand because it's its own brand, right? I get it's still a City of Palmdale, but even when I was trying to do the promo on Instagram, I couldn't tag you, right? So it's like you kind of lost that audience right there, So everything and the Playhouse, I can see if your demographic was just older people, right? But it's not. It's from kids to older people. Right. So I feel like they're missing a huge chunk of promotion.
Absolutely.
Right.
Because Instagram is huge, and it ties, and they actually have a calendar thing now too, an event thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know that, but
it ties directly into Facebook, which is a great opportunity because it becomes technically one platform instead of two.
Right, because actually whatever you post on Instagram, it automatically goes to Facebook.
Yeah, no, anytime I've done social media for any organization or anywhere, I love Instagram to be able to spread it over platforms. Or if you go on to TikTok or make something, but you can share through Instagram to Twitter to Facebook, everything so seamlessly.
Right.
The City of Palmdale, they manage kind of all of the decisions that go with it. So I can't just go as someone that works for the Playhouse and throw up an Instagram for Palmdale Playhouse. And so I think they're looking at all of that and
So they want to do everything just under Palmdale?
I think they're looking at it right now, kind of just what makes most sense for how do we get, how do people recognize the city of Palmdale and everything that they do without having also all these additional pages. Now with the Palmdale Playhouse, Dry Town Water Park, the Palmdale Amphitheater, we really have a lot going on. So we're hoping that, you know, we can get an Instagram and be able to continue to keep like our websites.
No, and I get that because the city of Palmdale, they're doing a lot.
Yeah, they are.
But I mean, and I get they wanted this brand Palmdale, right, to have it on one social media platform. But it's so much like they're doing. It'll take a lot for one person just to like run that whole Instagram.
I hope within the next month, like we'll know whether or not we're gonna get an Instagram. But it's definitely, you know, makes it like we want to reach as many people as possible. That's the main goal.
Who do you want me to talk to? I got connections.
You do? Okay.
I know people.
You're gonna have to edit.
Just a few.
A few people.
You should share your feedback. I appreciate and love your feedback, and you should share it with the communications department.
Because I'm gonna say it again. I love Palmdale. I might be moving to Palmdale.
Yeah.
I might be moving to Palmdale.
Nice. I'm really happy to hear that you love Palmdale.
I know. I love. No, honestly, and this is just the truth. I love what Palmdale does for the community. Palmdale is really out there in the community making things happen.
Yeah.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. Where do you all get the majority of your information when you find out about things?
Honestly, my Instagram.
Yeah.
Same.
Instagram, and then also do look at the Palmdale booklet that they send out.
Oh, the magazine?
The magazine, yeah.
And then, what about, like, TikTok or?
No.
I know. I don't even
So
have a TikTok.
I'm on all platforms.
Yeah.
Same.
But I only pay attention to Instagram. I don't know why. Like, I really don't even have a reason for it. I only pay attention to Instagram. But I have so many stuff that's going through my feed because I have a lot of followers and I follow a lot of people. I think of the way what do you call it? The algorithm works.
Yes.
Like, the people that interact with me and I interact with them, their stuff pops up.
Yeah.
And those are the things I really pay attention to. I'm not on there scrolling forever.
Yeah,
Like, I don't have time to do that. But I do try my best to scroll and like everybody's posts and everybody's stuff. I do try to do that.
Let's say that you're like visiting somewhere. Let's say you decide to travel somewhere for the weekend, whether it's like
I go to Instagram.
You go to Instagram, like what's going on this weekend?
I look at because I want to see photos and videos. I don't want to read something.
Yeah.
I want to see.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's what's going to determine if I'm going to go.
Yeah.
What about
I could agree with
does he
that.
have-
Ethan.
Ethan, where do you get your information for what you do?
For social
Like,
media.
if you want to go do something.
Instagram.
Instagram.
But you know what? Is I did a study recently, and they were talking about how the human attention span is only 8 seconds.
Yeah.
And actually on social media, they say you have less, like between 1 to 3 seconds to catch somebody's attention.
So it's so true.
I just was talking to somebody a few months ago. They gave me a tip on Instagram. They, as far as like your stories and your reels, they said do short reels, like 3 to 7 seconds, right? Because people will watch that because it's 8 seconds, right?
True.
So they'll watch that 7-second reel, and then your algorithm is hitting 100% all the time. Opposed to you doing a 2-minute reel and they only watching 7 seconds of it, then your algorithm drops down because it says, they're only watching 5% of your reel.
Smart.
So they said do a bunch of 7-second reels and then every now and then throw a 2-minute up there.
Yeah.
Like your algorithm will go up.
Yeah, that
And I've noticed the change when I've started doing that.
Yeah, that, and also when you're making your reel, also share it as a story.
Yeah.
So save it right before you do it, and then put it as your story. Guess what? Now you just hit two areas.
Yeah.
Because they mark on both sides is looked at differently on algorithms just as well.
Right.
So yeah, I think it would be great if we get an Instagram, and I definitely encourage you to share your feedback.
And especially with the summer, I know the amphitheater has a lot going on during the summer.
And you'll often see times too, like a lot of places will have an Instagram for just like a specific event too. So then people will be like following that event and tagging that event. I think the main goal is how do we best reach the community and get information out, and especially for the things that we're offering that are free. I really would love for everyone in the community to be able to take advantage of that. Nothing makes me happier than when the community comes together and if people are able to make a new friend and feel connected, have a good time, and just feel a part of the community.
Right.
So,
I mean, I think, I get what they're trying to do, but you guys' demographic is so broad that the best way to reach the community is you have to be on all platforms.
right.
True.
I mean, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
if not, you're going to miss a huge chunk of it.
And and people in the community get their information, I'm sure, all
Yeah,
different ways.
right.
Yes, Instagram is probably the most. It sounds like even in this room, everybody uses Instagram probably more than anything.
So, like, for instance, if a child was on Instagram, like, for instance, this situation here, like, if, let's say Diana wasn't on Instagram, but her son was, and he wanted to go to an event at the
he would
Playhouse,
have no idea.
she wouldn't have no idea. But if he saw it, he'd be like, hey, Mom,
Yeah.
blam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we definitely, and I think it's the other piece is just making sure that we're able to like get that information
Right.
out. I'm with you. Like,
I mean, but
we
they-
requested it. We
The city of
definitely want it.
Palmdale is on Instagram because I tag
Yeah.
them all the time.
Yeah,
Right.
And
yeah,
they
are.
reshared some of my stuff. So they,
Yeah,
they
they
follow,
do.
they
Yeah,
follow
you do.
me.
Yeah.
I like
And
that.
with me, like I was for this last
Hey,
one. I was sharing
Lancaster ain't never
stuff.
shared my stuff.
Oh man, we got to work on that.
The last one I was sharing, like for the event that was on February 4th, because I really wanted to get the word out. So I was sharing it like on my personal
Mm-hmm.
Instagram. But the city couldn't share my stuff because I have
It's private.
I have mine set to private.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that does make a difference. I've realized that as long as your profile is public,
Yeah.
Yeah.
everything's
good.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine who's very big in the music industry. He contacted me a few weeks ago on Facebook, and because I have a personal page on Facebook, but also I have a 1NELife page. But on my personal page, he was like, Mike, you should make it public because he was like, I'm on there and I want to share some of your stuff, and he knows a lot of people because he likes what I'm doing on the show.
Right.
Oh
But
yeah,
everything
I can't reshare your
That's what I'm
stuff
saying on Facebook. Yeah, because it's my personal page is private. But I think I am going to make it public because I get that a lot now.
Yeah,
People are
and
like,
to-
Mike, I want to share your stuff, but I can't.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you have so much to share, right? Like I think everyone
Right.
here has so much to share, and that the impact that you make is greater when people are able to reshare.
Right, but I'm because I even have a private Instagram page, and that's private. But
Same.
but because I had all my kids stuff, on there, and I didn't, and, I work with the disabled kids, because my son is disabled, and a lot of those parents don't want their photos being shared. So that's
Right.
another
Yeah.
reason why my personal stuff is
Yeah.
private. Like, can't nobody just follow
Yeah.
me. But now I get it. Like, I'm in the light now, and everybody from my 1NELife brand pages, they all want to follow me, my personal page for some reason.
Maybe you
why.
make like a personal page for the 1NELife brand or something.
That could be.
And then you can still have, because I do think I understand what you're saying, and for me, the personal choice to have my like personal Instagram
Yeah.
be personal is a safety thing. So
Yeah.
when it comes to, but I also think that it is important to have things that are public, but also be able to
Right.
like hold sacred for whatever reason. If you want to keep things private, which I don't even know what is like really private. 'Cause
No, I know, and I get that. I think I'm just gonna. I don't want to manage too many pages because I already got too many already. So
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna make everything public. And
that's what Diana's for, though, right?
No, I actually have my own private page,
Yeah.
and it's funny because there's only a handful of people that I do have on there, and that's where I share a lot of my kids, my family, our travels. It's actually pretty rare that I do add people to that, and I am noticing a lot of people request my personal page now, and I don't allow it just for that because I have to have some sort of privacy.
Yeah.
The separation.
The separation, and I do, and it's funny because I have my business, I have the podcast, and then I have my personal, and sometimes I'll choose like, which one am I going to post this on, but a lot of things that I do with my friends or my social life, I do try my best to keep it private.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Definitely understand that.
And that's actually interesting that I do that because I'm very social. I'm very open. I'm actually a lot, when you share that about your grandmother,
Right.
my kids also comment like, man, you what? How do you even know them? You're just talking to complete strangers. And I go, because you're supposed to. You never know who you're saying hello to.
Right.
A simple hello will go a long way. and it can shift, somebody's day. So by you sharing that, by the way, about your grandmother, it really reminded me of myself.
Yeah, I think that's regardless how much you're in the limelight, I think there's an importance to have your own separation between when you are there and then when you're out in the public. Yeah. Because I feel like it could get blended too much depending on how much you are in the public. And I'm the same way. I got a separate page just as well.
How often do you all use like YouTube or YouTube Shorts? And this includes you, Ethan.
I mean, I use YouTube all the time. Like, so my all these shows are on YouTube, but they're just delayed by 30 days because I want people to go to Spotify first. So all the shows are delayed on YouTube for like 30 days. So like this episode will be on YouTube 30 days from today.
Would you also put on Apple for the
Apple podcast?
Yeah, do you also do Apple Podcasts too?
No, this is on all Amazon podcasts. So like this show, when I release it on Monday mornings, on the podcast side of it, they're out instantly.
Right.
It's just YouTube. I have it delayed.
Got it.
Because if people go to YouTube, then I won't get credit. Like they'll bypass, the Amazon, all that they do is go straight to YouTube. So I don't want people to do that. So if people do that, they got to wait 30 days.
Smart decision.
It's a business.
Oh yeah, I noticed that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You noticed it? Yeah,
because someone was asking me about the YouTube, and I was like, dang, none of our stuff's on there.
Right, because it's a 30-day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Because people, YouTube is big, and they go straight to YouTube. They won't go to Spotify. They won't go to Apple. They won't go to none of that. They go straight to YouTube.
How did you come up with the name 1NELife?
Yeah, tell us more.
This show ain't about me.
Am I allowed to ask a question?
Because you only got one life to live.
Yeah, I mean, it was that. I'm always preaching, I'm a moments person. So we're not promised tomorrow. We only have this one life. So I do everything in a moment. Like I never wait. I never have that mindset of, I'll do it tomorrow or I'll do it next week. I'm doing it now.
What tools do you use to keep yourself present in the moment?
Oh, wow. Michelle just took over the show.
I'm sorry.
Get it, Michelle.
What tools did I... Say the question again.
What tools?
Put me on. See what happens when you put me on the spot? I'm not supposed to be interviewed here.
What tools? I'm not trying to interview you.
Oh, go ahead.
I was curious. What tools do you use to keep yourself present?
What tools
in
do
the
I
moment?
Use?
Breath.
I do breathing exercises. I really do. I do actually do that a lot when I meditate. That's one of my favorite meditations is do breathing exercises. It's to count to 10.
Yeah.
Every breath is 10.
Yeah.
Sometimes every breath is 10, or I do inhale, exhale. So inhale is 1, exhale is 2, and I try to make it a 10 without thinking about anything. It's just concentrating on your breath, concentrating on your breath going in all the way through your lungs and coming back out. So I do that.
I didn't know you meditated. I love meditation. That's awesome.
I have Tibetan bowls that I play.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I love those.
I do that. I don't do that often, but I do it every now and then. And I read. I love to read, which is crazy. I never liked to read when I was young.
Are you reading anything right now?
Yes.
What are you reading?
Oh, my God. Ooh. So I just finished reading the 4 Agreements.
Oh, okay.
It's beautiful.
Love
yes, that. I know. It's incredible. There's actually a prayer in the back of it that I read at least once a week. I'm reading this Bible. It's not a regular Bible, but it is. It's not. It's a Bible for business, but it is the Bible with all the scriptures and everything. Pastor Adriana gave it to me. It's for leaders, and I forgot the
name of it.
Yeah, it's called. I forgot what the name of it, but it is a true Bible with all the scriptures and the whole story. What do you call them? Verses, like everything in it. But I'm reading that. So I just finished the Agreements. I'm reading the Bible, and right now,
the Well-Being book.
Thank you. I knew it was a third one. The Well-Being book.
Yeah. So we actually that's part of my toolbox. I got that in the certification of high positive psychology. So it's the well-being in the workplace, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just really allows you to navigate through the pillars, and it's based on the PERMA method. So it's actually it's yes, it is. It's meant for work. However, I think life is also work. So it really allows you to kind of navigate through life's struggle. Well, I don't want to say struggles, but hiccups. So it actually was really neat. It was one of the first books that I actually read through. I'm not a really big reader, but I was so into it, and so many aha moments where I was just like, you know what? It's the way you frame words that the other person will receive it, right? So that kind of helped me become more aware of my deliverance and how I was also receiving information from others. You know, it talks about optimism, pessimism. God, yeah, I think I said that right. So it's really dope, you know, like how you can navigate through life. With that little book, and it's very easy reading. So I kind of gave that to Mike. So
I'm almost done with it, but I love the book. It's amazing.
You do?
Yeah. And I'm also reading for the 4th time, The Alchemist.
Oh,
I was just thinking that. Miguel Ruiz.
Yeah.
Yes. Great.
Yeah. And you know what? Actually, I started reading The Illusion.
Okay.
Because they said it's just like The Alchemist. But for some reason, I couldn't get into it. So I stopped. And that's when I started doing the 4 Agreements. So, but I do want to finish that because it did catch my attention. But for some reason, I didn't get into it like I did with The Alchemist.
Right.
But I do want to finish it at some point. But The Illusion is similar to The Alchemist. But The Alchemist is it's an incredible story.
yeah.
It's deep.
It is.
Do you use any of the apps to help meditate when you're meditating?
No.
You're just able to just do it.
Yeah. I have my own little things. I have my own little meditation.
medicate. What you use?
Meditation.
What you use to meditate?
Pillow. I have an altar in my room that I use.
Oh, I love it.
It's facing northeast. A lot of people don't know. I meditate northeast, facing northeast.
Nice.
That's where the sun comes up. So I meditate every morning. Not every morning. I'm not gonna lie. I used to meditate every morning. Maybe 5 times out of the week. I meditate every morning.
Dang, I need to actually do that.
It makes a difference in your life.
It really does.
I really don't.
You know
that's
what?
what help keeps you present.
Yeah, and it helped me. Like for instance, this is a great example. One day I was driving through a parking lot. I had some friends in the car with me, and this car, like I was approaching this brick wall, and this car came out of nowhere and came straight at us, and I didn't panic. And my friend in the front seat was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe like you're not upset right now, or you didn't panic. Like you just kind of easily hit your brakes, and like you didn't, or like how most people would do." And that helped me. Like meditation helped me. Like it really does put you at ease. Like you don't react. And that's what I love about meditation, because it really teaches you not to react to certain things.
Right.
Like things can happen. Even when I was out here filming one day, and I had a partner of mine from LA. He was out here for the first time, and he's not used to the Air Force. So it was like a sonic boom or something. And he freaked out, and because I was outside, and he was like, "Dude, like, what's wrong with you?" And I said, "Nothing." He was like, "Did you not hear that?" I said, "I heard it." But I mean, I just kind of like looked around. I was like, I don't see nothing. So I was like, what am I going to panic for? He was panicking. He was like, what was that? I was like, I don't know, but why are you panicking?
Right.
Anything can happen, and I won't just like get excited or react. I'm just calm about it. And meditation helped me be that way.
Good for you.
That's
I love it.
amazing.
That's awesome. Like it's just so fascinating with everything that we're like learning through neuroscience and the way as things continue to advance. You know, there are these like natural states that automatically put us into like defense or to react, right? And to be able to stay calm, I think is such a huge gift, not only to yourself, but to the people around you and the community. And good for you. That's awesome.
And I also want to say this, because I don't want to, my pressure came up. I don't want to mislead. I give the glory to God. I'm going to be honest about this. Because even like, and Diana know a little bit about my story. I've been going through a lot lately, right? And I don't, like, obviously we all have our moods, right? Like, But I don't go into like a deep depression or like, you know, I have my moods, some days, good days, bad days, just like everybody else. I'm no exception, right? But I think for me, I know how to handle it better. Like I know how to accept my responsibilities for the actions that I've taken and why I'm in this situation. But I also know like just to be patient. I'm really good at having patience. I might be in a bad mood, whatever, but I also know that, you know what, I'll get through it. Right. And I pray a lot. And so recently I just been like really just taking a deep breath and saying, you know what, I did the best I can. I'm leaving it all up to him. And he came through the other day. Yeah, like I was praying for a miracle. I was in this situation. I was praying for a miracle and he literally came through. And I didn't think like that was going to happen. And he did. And I was like, wow. And that's just to go to show like when you pray and you just have patience and like meditation, it helped me go through that.
Yeah. I'm guilty of that. I think I do need to develop some meditation because I really don't have that time. You know, I think from the moment I wake up, I'm just constantly on the go. And I really don't feel that I have like that moment for myself, and I really need to.
But you know,
do you ever do like mindful, like informal meditation where it's like you just notice like, oh, the wall is gray, you know, and you're just like looking at things to put yourself in the space where you're at. Yeah. So it's not like
my mind's constantly like moving. I feel like I don't have an off button. You know, like I really need to invest in that, I'll say.
Maybe I could invite you to come over one day and do
I really do.
But you know what? There's 24 hours. I tell people there's 24 hours in the day. You deserve 10 minutes to yourself a day.
Yeah. No, I need to. I'm just thinking, I feel guilty. Like, then I'll be like, oh my God, I needed to do this. I should have done that. I needed to do this. But I don't know how to stop.
With your gratitude being your word for the year, like, do you take time at the end of the day and the beginning of the day to say like what you're grateful for and what you're grateful that you did throughout that day?
I'm guilty of it. I really haven't. Just lately, just so much has been going on that it's funny because I'm looking at the Six Flags little logo and see the roller coaster. It just like, you know, as we were talking about that, I feel like that's really how it's been going. You know, as simple as yesterday, I thought I was going to have a little day off, but then I had to stay up to pick Ethan up at midnight and then make sure that this kid's packed, be up ready, and then be here. Like, I don't know. I feel that I haven't stopped. But you know what?
Let me say this, because really a lot of people misconstrue this. Like, literally, it does not take, people think meditation, I don't have an hour, I don't have 2 hours. No. It literally takes 10, like I started off with 10 minutes and I only do 10 minutes a day. But just to give me about what you did, do you write down gratitude? Do you know I have a gratitude box? No, why are you laughing at me?
No, because it's I relate to it.
I'm messing with you. I have a gratitude box on the side of my bed, and it literally, and on the glass it says, you know, each day start your day with gratitude. And I have a sticky note and a pen next to it, and every morning I write down something, even if the simplest, stupidest thing. Like, I'm grateful for my warm bed. Like, I've written that before. Like, for real. Like, every morning I drop something in that box, and I've been doing that for 3 years now.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Wonderful.
So yeah, I've had to
go back and look at it.
Oh, I don't go back and look at it because there are little notes like this, and I fill it up. I think I've emptied it once already. So it takes me about 1.5 years to fill it up. I still have them though. I put them in a bag, and but I dumped it and I started fresh again. I think like 4 months ago.
That's really cool. I like how everyone has like different tools on how they go about it, and that was another thing. There are so many ways you can meditate. It doesn't actually have to be whether sitting still. It could be just being in nature. Just, noticing. Even for like myself, I journal every morning.
That's a form of meditation.
Running, just having the 30 minutes or even 15 minutes just to go work out. But what is your form of meditation? That would be the key. Find out how would you like to meditate? Makes you,
you have to find your joy of joy.
It could be as simple as lighting a candle. Like, I just want to sit here and smell the candlelight.
Do you have the Calm app or like Headspace?
No, I mean, God, now I'm like thinking about it. I guess sometimes I do take time and I'm just like listening to music, probably in the shower and just like, I think that is, but I think the problem is that I'm not, recognizing it, that that's my time.
Being present of it.
Right. I'm not being present because I think it's almost like my safety net. Like this is the time that I have, but even then it's like my phone's going off or something is happening. But I think we did have that conversation when Dahlia was on, and she goes, you really need to make that time. And I'm gonna get there.
That's gonna be your that's gonna be your homework.
Yeah, it is
this week.
Yeah.
Just take.
But I also think that it's important to recognize that you're doing an incredible job
Thank you.
how you show up. So for me, it does seem like you're always present every time you show up for anything that we've done. So that is.
What did Adriana tell you yesterday? Councilwoman, not council. I'm sorry, she is not the councilwoman. She is the mayor pro tem.
Ooh.
That what I'm passionate about?
No, she recognized her skills yesterday.
Oh yeah, she goes, you're able to express what you're passionate about.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I know. I definitely can say I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress, and I'm very real with that. I'm not in denial and saying, oh yeah, I got it all together. Yeah, I do all this. No, far from it.
We all are.
But I'm getting there.
I know you are.
Yeah.
But your homework is to find, that 5 minutes.
Yeah, but you know what? Just even that statement by itself, I think taking that second to be like, thank you.
Yeah.
That's gratitude right there.
No,
Just pause within a few seconds and just absorb that moment.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm guilty of it. After I kind of was feeling funky, I did admit I had a little mimosa this morning breakfast.
You didn't bring mimosas for the show?
I know, right? I wasn't. I originally ordered an orange juice, but I did go home and I said, I got to take a nap. And I did. I disconnected. And I think that's why I was a little tardy. I'm not going to lie. And I did bounce back from that. But I did say I really need to turn off. Yeah, I couldn't. I felt like the weight was on me. And I was like, I can't walk into, especially here, and be in a good space with all of that energy.
Yeah.
Right.
So at least I do recognize that. I try my best not to ever carry that weight with me when I'm in a public space, so when you say when I do come to other events, I am guilty of that. I do not bring my baggage with me. I really do leave it at the door, and on my way out, believe me, I pick it up,
But it's a good, it's a good balance.
Yeah, I do have that.
Way how to pull back and forth. It's almost like compartmentalizing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I think that's the part, we all of us do it.
Yeah,
we all do it in different forms of our life. And I think the fact that we can recognize it is always the first step. It's always an amazing opportunity to know that.
Yeah. See, you're going to break my stuff.
Did I do that?
What's wrong with you? So, all right.
So
Well,
you about to
close it out.
Are
Close
you
it
gonna
out.
give these away to anybody?
Ooh, yeah, definitely.
Did you have anybody that followed you?
No, honest. And not only that, but I forgot my phone in the car.
Oh.
I was not. However, we will though on Instagram. I'm sure we'll post it up and
Well, it's tomorrow, so.
yeah.
Well, no, I already said I got 2 that I'm giving out to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll take care of it. Not only that, but we can always stop by Pretty Little Poppy.
Oh, yeah.
And hit up Brenda about that too. So
Yeah,
Thank
she gets a lot of people in there.
we'll do it.
I really appreciate your support so much. You guys were huge in coming out to support Ashley and the art exhibit, and also coming out to the Mosaic performances. I hope you all can make it to the one on March 11th. But your support has meant so much. And just for me as someone that works for the city, it's actually helped me keep going through different challenges that I come across. Right. And Ashley, I'm so grateful that, we met in November, and you've just been such a light in my life. So I really hope you all know that I don't think I could do what I do without people like you around me. So thank you for all that you do for the community. And for everything.
She needs the tissue.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No more crying.
Don't do that. It's too sad.
That's what we do here.
And people can still see Ashley's artwork throughout the entire month of February.
Right.
And then I'm sure, can people just go over to the mural or?
Oh, we don't know yet.
Okay.
TBA.
Yeah,
Okay.
to be
But you know what?
determined.
Actually,
TBD.
it is a
Oh, yeah.
business. So, I mean, if you're curious to learn more about Top Shelf, I don't see why not.
Okay.
Right.
Go.
Yeah.
You definitely
So,
send that information.
I'm putting you on the spot right now.
Go for it. Let's go.
I need you to give us something.
Ooh, like
A poem, a speech, or something.
I close out.
A closeout. Quote.
Yeah.
oh yes.
Or let's see here. We'll give you.
I'm just saying because you like did so great on the stage. Like,
Truly okay. So when I'm speaking, I'm not speaking from the paper. I'm speaking from my heart. I'm speaking from
so do this.
yes.
What message do you have for the young women out there?
Oh yes, totally have that.
Thank you.
So honestly, like when it comes to women, I really believe that, step into yourself to really get to know yourself. Journaling has been like my number one foundation when I'm losing my creative space of just only painting and being around or even talking to so many people, because it's a lot of energy that you have to expel to give out. And I say journal. There's a conversation you get the chance to have yourself without any filter. You get to explore, learn, play, and really take those steps to find things that will make you uncomfortable and test out the areas that you think you can never achieve. Just reach out to one person and you never know what they're going to say. If you don't do it, then you will never know. So I say always take a chance, stay curious, stay international. And I say this in the sense of stay cultured. Learn about other cultures, ask questions, ask about food, ask about what is it that they do that we don't do. And I feel that just that small capsule will allow you to grow in so many facets, learn new things, and also discover yourself along the way. So like when journaling, I think of, I'm holding my little person, like myself when I was a kid. I'm holding her hand like, let me give you a hug. And, how are you doing today? Are you okay? And just kind of taking those moments to remember, like, we all need to be taken care of in our own way, but for ourselves, like we need to be able to give back love to ourselves. So like thinking of Valentine's, I was telling people, I was like, today's a self-love day for me. It wasn't just everybody's day. It is everyone's day. I said, but it's a moment to, hey, let's give love to yourself too. And let's share that back to everyone just as well.
I like that.
I love that. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, actually, with that being said, I'll piggyback with my crush your goal. And today it says, you have everything you need right now.
Right. Yes.
So it kind of lines up with what you're saying. It's so true. You know, you have everything you need right now by K. O. Ye Gun, something like that.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a trip because, again, I'll put this at the bottom and I'll pull up the next one and read it next week. And coincidentally, lately, it's just been lining up with our conversations. And I like that. So, Ethan, by you being here, that's all I need right now.
I was just about to say that. You have everything you need right now.
Yeah.
Right.
My boo. My first love. Although, my daughter does feel some type of way when I say that
now
though,
too.
but no, it's true.
That's a good one.
He's such a booger. No, I do say that. Although I love my husband, but that moment when the baby does come out of the womb, they put him on your chest, and you have that. What is it? That skin to skin. I never knew what love was until that moment, and that was him. It really was. My life actually had a meaning. So, yeah, that's
a beautiful
my
thing.
boo. That is my boo.
Like,
Michelle
Mom,
Lee.
You don't stop.
What you got for us?
Mike, well, I'm going to say something that Sean Hill would say if he was here, which is it's better to light a candle than to curse the dark. And then for me, what I want to say to everybody in the community is my greatest wish for everyone is that you follow your wildest dreams and that we all come together and just continue to support one another.
Love it.
And Mike?
Yes.
What you gonna close
What's
out
up?
with?
What?
What you closing out
Yeah,
with?
I feel like you probably have like something to share.
Oh, you want me to open my book?
Yeah.
No, I wanted to come off the dome like everybody.
Ooh.
Hit it with it. Come on, hit us with it.
Nope.
Did you ever go to the dome
Such a
before?
brand. The dome.
Huh?
Have you ever heard of the Dome?
No. She's laughing. Why is it ringing a bell? The Dome.
I know what dome you talking about.
There was a club in Hollywood one
The
time.
Oh,
Dome.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that's
it was.
Okay.
Shit.
I thought it was.
It was. I can't remember where though.
I don't
it
either.
was. You don't remember?
I know it was in Hollywood, but I don't remember.
The only Hollywood club I know is Cinespace.
I don't have none for y'all. So.
Oh, yes, you do.
I really
Come
don't.
on, just like one.
Oh wow, y'all are.
Yes.
All the books you're
I mean, it could come
Yes.
off of maybe your brand.
But I mean, you got what do you want me to say? Like about what?
Talk about one of the books. Bring up just some small little part that resonated with you.
About one of the books?
Sure.
I'm not good at this, you guys. Know.
What's hit you lately?
Okay.
You never know what word, story, or just giving someone a thought could do to change their lives.
There
That's my
is.
whole motto.
I love
Yeah,
it.
That's why I love
it.
doing what I do.
I love that.
That's why I love having conversations, because conversations could change anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, was that hard, Mike?
It really was.
It came out pretty smooth. I mean,
I got anxiety right now. Like,
Get it together.
it's like no pressure.
no pressure.
What
No,
about
but-
Ethan? No, you good?
No, but this is seriously why I love having just conversations with people. Like, I don't like to have like a script or anything, because
Right.
it's time. Like I always talk about this. It's timeless. Like our
Yeah.
conversations are really timeless. What we talk about, it is really inspiring people, and you just never know who you're gonna touch. You never know that word or that phrase that might someone be like, oh wow. Like what you just said might reach somebody 10 years from now. It's gonna help that person.
Yeah.
Right.
You just never know.
Facts.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you for all that you do.
And thank you for having us.
Oh,
Yes.
It's beautiful. We
our
appreciate
pleasure.
it.
This is our pleasure.
Can I leave this with you all?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We can post that on the board outside. All right. Well, thank you, ladies. Thank you,
Thank
Ashley. Thank you,
I
Michelle.
hope
And
that you have a
And we're
wonderful week.
out.
oh, you guys have a wonderful week as well. I can't wait to see your finished mural over there.
Yes.
At
Oh,
Top
yeah.
Shelf. Shout out to Top Shelf.
Yes, one of many to come.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a few more lined up. So, and then there's going to be an art show in November. It's actually going to be another personal show. So
Okay.
I'll tell you guys more about it.
Nice.
Oh, that's dope. I can't wait. Yeah.
Hey, I want to give another shout out to my boy Chris over there at Don Sal's. He took care of me for my birthday weekend last weekend. I had a great time over there at Don Sal's. So shout out to Don Sal's. If you guys want to hang out on Friday nights or Saturday night, go party with Don Sal. There, they be clubbing over there.
Nice.
Oh, shoot.
And tonight I'm doing what's it called? I'm going dancing tonight over at Fusion Movement. Bachata dancing. There you
Oh,
go.
that's right. They have
I'm going
free
doing
bachata.
Yeah, they got free bachata tonight. Even though y'all not gonna hear this until Monday morning. But Friday nights they got free bachata. So that's where I'm going tonight.
You wanna swerve? No.
Yeah.
No.
Take some bachata classes. Oh, she did tell me to bring guys because there's a lot of women over there and not enough guys.
That was a hard no.
That was a hard no.
That was a hard no.
They cute. Hey, they cute.
You like
cute.
older women, son?
They Latin. They got that spice in them.
It's like,
All right, all right, we out of here, you guys.
All right. Be well.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Did you have a good birthday?
Actually, I did.
That's awesome.
And normally I don't celebrate my birthday, but this year Diana made it special.
Aw. I saw the pic.